Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to Throttle Stop Garage. This is my brand new YouTube channel. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would ever actually be creating my own channel for one of my project cars. But why am I doing this? Well, there's a good point to everything, I'm sure. But honestly, as a guy who's lived his life for the last decade or so on forums, explaining what he's doing in his garage to various cyber friends around the world, a lot of that came to a crashing halt when PhotoBucket decided to start charging us for photo hosting, and a lot of my threads went silent. There's no more content. So this is partially work avoidance. I figured YouTube was a lot more stable. So I think if I upload some videos of things that I'm doing in my garage that people might be interested in for whatever random reason, I think that I'll be able to keep it up there and we'll be able to have that content available for people to view. As well as it provides an excellent record for me and a little bit of motivation. So whenever you're involved in a big project, it's hard to come out to the garage day after day and to work on things. And I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube channels. So thank you to all of those other fellow YouTubers who are putting up content. Really enjoy that. It keeps us all motivated. Hopefully I can provide some motivation for a few of you, and it's a bit of a feedback mechanism, right? Because, of course, whenever the camera's on, as I've been testing this for the past few days, I do tend to focus a little bit more. I do tend to get a little bit more done here in the garage, and I tend to spend a little bit less time staring at the ceiling. At any rate, so that's the channel. The point and purpose of it, again, is just to simply present video after video. Probably every couple of weeks I'll try to get some content up. I'm out here in the garage pretty much all the time. If I'm not working or sleeping, then I'm out here playing around. At any rate, so I think I'll get it started with just a simple tour of the facility here. My father owned a large machine shop. The dreaded family tour. I mean, every person who ever entered our household had to go for a shop tour. So I thought I'd carry on that illustrious tradition. Thankfully, there's only a few hundred square feet in here, and as one of my very good friends always says, we don't really understand how the heck he actually works in a phone booth. I don't have a ton of space. I don't have a ton of tools. I suspect that I'm going to look a lot like what you are up against. I watch a lot of the sort of pro-built shows on YouTube, and every time they put a car on a lift, I just sort of smile, because I don't have a lift. When you watch me put the exhaust on this car, I'll be rolling around on the ground just like you will be. So in some ways I think it's a bit more representative of what guys and gals are actually building in their garage. And we'll go through some of those processes as we get going. At any rate, so welcome to the garage. Here's the tour. I'm going to pull you off the stand here, and we'll take you for a little outing. It'll be quick, reasonably painless. I'm just going to attach the mic to myself here. Alright, so this is the garage at my house. There's not much to it really. It's a very small, very old two-car garage. And just in case you thought everything was a showroom, people, look at the pile of crap in here. Holy cow. One day I'll clean. No, this is clean. I actually spent the whole 2 days organizing things. We won't talk about the rafters. Right, the rafters, oh my goodness. Anyways, so here's the car. It's a 1966 Volvo Canadian. To the rest of the world, that'll be known as either an Amazon or a 122 or a 122S. It doesn't matter, they're all the same car. It's not like Volvo changes things. Why Volvo? I can't explain that. I was brought home from the hospital my first few days of life in one, and I've spent most of the rest of my life in or around them. They make pretty good platforms for playing with. At any rate, so that's the car. I'll take you out. Obviously, something's been going on here. I'm starting you mid-build, of course, right? So the PhotoBucket thing, try to stay with the program here. So a lot of work has already gone on in the car. And anyways, it's not my intent to rework it all, just for your benefit. But at any rate, the floors are missing. They're done. Don't worry. The back seat is sitting in there, partially upholstered. There's the front end. You'll notice anybody who's a Volvo owner will start pulling some of the details that are incredibly wrong. But the floors in the front have been replaced, and there's obviously some sheet metal work going on internally within the car. We'll cover more of that as we get moving. It's sitting up on a frame jig that I built just to try to keep a few things referenced and square. I used to show this car, if you can believe that, and not that long ago actually. It's 4 or 5 years ago. Let's take it out to car shows. You can see the look we're going for here at the back with the ginormous tire, right? So they're only 245s, they're not that big. At any rate, supplies of steel. Hopefully one day I'll actually be able to use all of that. The main bench over here, the 10-ton Chinesium press. That's good for 10 Chinese tons. It's not good for actual tons. It can fold metal though. The toolbox of junk. I try to keep things neat. I know that's almost unbelievable. At any rate, so that's the basic car project. Oh, I actually have done a few things. There's the old floors right there. I still haven't thrown those out. Don't ask me why. So around here at the back, we can start seeing some of the sheet metal work that's gone on. There's fenders are just ever so slightly wider than they should be, about 3/4 of an inch wider to accommodate some larger tires, but to accommodate some other fun things as well. And I don't want to blow the whole video on talking about this car. We're going to do another one here in rapid succession, but I figure that's good enough for an intro. There's a TIG welder here, right? That gets a good workout in this garage. I built a tube bender. That's going to get a workout on this project. I call this thing the metal eraser. It's very dangerous. It's a very large belt sander. It'll take fingers and things off at a rapid rate, so I try to use that as little as possible so I don't want to hurt myself. There's a giant MIG welder in the corner here, far more than anyone actually needs. My furnace just turned on. Sorry about that. It's quite hot. Various sheet metal tools, coffee cup, which is essential. Anyways, thanks again for joining me here in the garage. I'm going to pop you back up on the camera. Sorry for that. Let me edit those parts out. Okay, so that's the intro, such as it is. Hopefully you like and subscribe and come along and watch the hilarity as it unfolds. Alright, next video is going to be coming right up, and it's going to be just a quick review of what we've done, and then the plan for the next step, right? There's a lot of steps left to be taken here, obviously. Okay, thanks for coming.